Beyond the Brand Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Brand Podcast. I'm your host, Angelo. Today we have a special guest, somebody, there's like a little fly trying to get me. There's somebody that I had hit up. We were planning to do it, and I always say that everything happens for a reason, because I was at First Friday getting rained out, and I was thinking about leaving, but me and my brother were like, we're already here. Let's just stay. Let's thug it out. And then someone ends up shopping with me, and I'm looking at her the whole time like, is this the person I'm thinking it is? But I wasn't sure. Then finally she came and grabbed a couple shirts, and I'm like, hey, are you the person I think you are? And she's like, yes. And it was. So I was like, first of all, why'd you ghost me? You didn't message me back. And you're like, no, I'm sorry. We talked about that too. But without further ado, we're in her space too. I feel rich already. We're in Scottsdale. We could keep the doors open and everything. We're fine here. But without further ado, we got Rose, the owner of Mod & Co.
Hi. Honestly, I am so honored and excited to be here with you tonight. Thank you for coming out. I really, truly appreciate you coming out. And I did not ghost you. I just got a little bit busy.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Everything happens for a reason, and you thugged it out. And guess what? You ended up on TV.
No, I know. That's true, too. But honestly, before that even happened, I honestly really wanted to get you on. So before that, the news part happened, I told my brother, and I told Manny, too, I was like, dude, the fact that I stayed out here, I at least got to talk to somebody that I really wanted on the podcast. So it was a good day. Like, I was like, damn. So it worked out. But let's first of all, let's talk about the fit. What we got today?
Okay.
Because you came set up.
I had to do, I had to kind of be a little bit extra just for you, because I know you're a big vintage person. Yeah. And so am I. I've been thrifting for a very long time.
What happened to Mod & Co. Vintage?
Oh my gosh. So I did like a little sub,
I saw
a little sister company prior to the pandemic. And so this was prior to the pandemic that I kind of wanted to launch a little sister company. But in reality, we got so busy with, I have little ones and stuff and the actual business that I felt like I didn't really have time to source. Gotcha. So that's kind of like my, oh my gosh, I can't do this moment, because I feel like I don't have the time to source. And when I do source, guess what? I want to keep it all because it's all so good.
Yeah, it's hard.
I went to your shop and I literally was like, I want everything. And I did get some teas and stuff, but I literally want to leave with everything. But back to my outfit, I am wearing a vintage trench coat that I got maybe 2 years ago, a vintage cute little leopard. It's kind of like a turtleneck. I don't know. She's amazing. And she's actually from one of my girls, Paris, and she does Disco Vixen. And she does vintage for all the Y2K girlies. You guys need to check her out. Okay. I freaking love her. She's amazing. So that's where the top is from. And then this is just like a everyday skirt from, I think I got this from Tilly's. And then boots, the moto boots, of course, are having a moment. And then, of course, all my jewelry is, all my jewelry is from Monaco, which actually I was supposed to accessorize because I left my house today and I was like, I'm going to grab some stuff. And so I'm probably going to sneak away here in a little bit and accessorize, and then you guys will see. And then you guys will see. So then you can kind of see like a live on camera transformation and what the jewelry does to
but I know I've been I'm super simple with my outfits. Obviously I like to wear vintage shirts and stuff like that, but I don't really know how to accessorize and take it up, so I've been trying to figure that out too. So that's funny that you say that.
I got you. We're gonna have to do a on camera little session for you, and we'll make a necklace or something.
Do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So going back a little bit, with this business, how long has it been now?
So I started in 2017 is when we started and launched Mod & Co.
2017.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how long have you guys been here? Because this is your shop in Scottsdale.
Yes. So we're now located off of Shea in Scottsdale, and we've been here for a year now. It's going on a year, I guess I should say. Not quite a year, but we're going on a year this summer.
And is this open daily, or how does the studio work?
Yeah. So we're open on the weekends, and then on like during the week we're by appointment only. So if you guys want to make an appointment, we highly encourage that.
Yeah.
Because we love private in-store appointments, because I can really get in depth into your style, what you love, what it is that you need in your closet, you know, or in your accessory, you know, vault that you don't necessarily already have. Because I feel like jewelry and accessories, a lot of people do it, right? A lot of there's a lot of businesses that do it, but I feel like something that sets us apart, something that sets us apart from like others is that I love to get in depth with your style and how I can help, you know, like make your outfits pop on every day, monthly. I just love really getting your pieces customized. So I love the in-person, you know, deal, because you can come on in. I get to know you a little bit more, you know, we connect, and then I can like tell you, hey, you should try this, you should do that. I just had an appointment this Sunday where she came in and she was like looking at some pieces, and she came in and I really got like a feel for her style, and like it was like, you should try this. Left with all the pieces that I recommended.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it's nice to kind of like tailor to you.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. Yeah, you just made me remember. I think the first time I ever seen you is I did a pop-up too at Ivory House, the one in Avondale.
Love Ivory.
You were there too, right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So I remember seeing you, and that seemed early, because now when I do pop-ups, like you said, a lot of people do jewelry now.
Right.
But a lot of people weren't doing it at that time. What gave you the idea to sell jewelry? Because this is not like, I feel like this is kind of in between. There's like cheaper jewelry that you can get at like Claire's or something like that. And then there's obviously like real gold, like, you know, thousands of dollars. I feel like this is kind of in between.
It's the perfect in between, because we are gold filled. So we're not gold plated, and we're not like, obviously, you know, $1,000, 14 karat gold. We're the perfect in between. Yeah. So we're like for the perfect client, or we're for the client that wants like that jewelry that's quality. However, you're not gonna spend like $1,000 on it, right? But we're still quality, and we offer free repairs on all of our stuff. Yes, I feel like that's something that sets it apart from other makers. And all our jewelry is gold filled, hypoallergenic, no nickel, no lead, which is great because if you have sensitive skin, it's not going to affect
You'll be
you.
all right.
I feel like,
What gave you the idea to be in that and not go to a jewelry store or be like an actual jeweler? You know, you kind of, what made you?
No, I love that you asked that question, because I'm originally from LA. So when I moved out here after, you know, high school, after I graduated high school, I really wanted to, I came over here to Arizona, right? Freshly out of high school. And I was like, you know, I've always been into fashion. Like, I won best dressed for like our, you know, senior, you know, best dressed, and I was always into fashion. So when I came over here, I felt like there wasn't enough of that. You know, I was looking for like jewelry, accessories and stuff for like me and my style, and I could never find it. And so I went to college. I got a minor in business, but I always knew that I wanted to kind of start a boutique. So after I completed my minor in business, I went to ASU, and while I was at ASU, I was like tired, and I was like, no, I need to do this, because I feel like there isn't anyone doing this, especially Latina. Like there wasn't any Latinas doing this, so I need to do this for the cultura, for my girls in Arizona.
And so this was something you were
really
seeing in LA? Were you seeing this type of stuff?
No.
Oh, not even in LA?
No,
okay.
not in LA either. Like, back in the day, you know, like when I was going to high school, I'm aging myself, but like, you know, circa 2008, there wasn't anything like that. Like, there was like, we love the fashion, pero, do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. But there wasn't any boutiques out there, you know? So then I came out here and I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to like really inspire people and really make them feel good. Because I feel like if you have an outfit on, like a bomb outfit, you come out and you're like, damn, this outfit's bomb. But you don't have the good accessories. You don't have the good jewelry. It just doesn't pop.
No, for sure.
So I wanted to kind of like bring that out, you know, and like really help, I call my girls my muses or my muses, I wanted to help the muses. And it's not only girls, because I got a lot of guys that shop with me too.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of guys that shop with me. And so I wanted to just help my people and like really help them feel good about, their outfits. When they walk outside the door, I want them to feel good. And I feel like when I really knew that this is what I wanted to do, what really inspired me, I should say, my muse was I wanted to really make people feel good about themselves, right? And that was like my way of giving back to the world, is kind of like with my accessories. You put on a good accessory, that makes your outfit pop. You go out into the world, you feel good. So you're going to like project good energy, right? And so that was like my main thing. I wanted to kind of like, when I feel good and I go out into the world and, I have the Monaco accessories, or like, I'm feeling good, I'm projecting good energy, and I'm receiving that energy. So I kind of wanted to like, that was my little like thing, how I can help our muses here in this world. So
yeah, I really like coming from my side of things with vintage. I have the same thing where I will have cheaper shirts, and obviously you have more expensive shirts, like really $100 shirts or whatever.
Right.
But you gotta have that middle.
little middle.
Yeah, for people that want something but don't want to spend an arm and a leg. So that's what you do, and it's not cheap either.
Yeah.
Like it's really good. So when you first started doing it, is it kind of like jewelry? Like, cause from what I've heard, jewelry is kind of cutthroat. Like when you're getting into it,
right?
Is it like that with this type of jewelry too? When you're sourcing it and trying to get set up, or how does that work?
So because I've been doing it for a very long time, I was kind of like that. I was a pioneer in the industry, and I still believe I am, So I kind of set the way. So for me, not really, because I feel like I started very early on. So a lot of the jewelers that are now doing it, I don't necessarily want to say, got inspired by me, because there's just like a lot of inspiration here in the world. But I've been doing it for so long that not necessarily. However, I do feel that like, because there is, a lot of competition, sometimes it can feel like that. It can feel a little cutthroat. But, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, no one's ever going to be able to replicate me and who I am. And people shop for me, for shop Monaco for me and who I am, right? And so, I mean, you can try and replicate it, but you're never going to. So I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't treat it like that.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, I feel like it's really special when people put, like, whatever it is you're doing, like you're doing vintage, there's a million people that do vintage.
For sure.
But when people put their heart into it, and just kind of do it for, like, what their, purpose is, that sets you apart from everyone else,
For sure.
So just kind of keep grounded, and always kind of remember where, you came from, why you're doing it, your whys. I feel like that keeps people grounded as well. So
when you started, how did you even start sourcing? Like, did you have to leave? I know a lot of people go to LA, or like, what did you have to do?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because when I started, I actually didn't make. Now I make 90% of my stuff.
Gotcha.
So 90% of my, chain inspired designs are made and designed by me in-house or my employees, right? But when I first started, it wasn't always like that. Like, I went to, I'm from LA, so I got a lot of my inspiration from LA. So when I first started, I would source, of course, and all my stuff, it was strictly from LA. I would go and hand select my stuff because I'm like weird. I have to like touch it. I want to feel it. I want to even smell it sometimes,
That's crazy.
Let me smell it. No, but like I want to like get the full feel, because I don't want my girls or my people to get anything I would not touch or I would not wear, So it's very special to me when I select and when I create and when I curate. it's all a process. But yes, in the beginning, I definitely did go out to LA and I sourced my stuff. But now I am creating most of my chain-based designs, and then I curate my hoops and rings and stuff, which, like I said, I walked out of my house today without anything. So I think, are we taking a break?
Yeah, we can. You want to get accessorized?
I need a... No, but yeah, so now like I curate, but like all this is handmade. My necklaces, these are all like special designs that are like Mod & Co, only and stuff. And so
yeah, so that's a whole other, I guess, niche, when you're actually making it instead of just sourcing it by the bulk.
Yeah, it's all handcrafted. I make stuff. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sourcing my chains and, like, all of that by bulk, but I'm designing, right?
Yeah.
I'm, like, designing my crosses and, like, which cross goes with which chain and, like, what length am I making, and same with my bracelets. And then we also do the charm stuff, the charm bar. We do the permanent jewelry as well and all that fun stuff.
How long... I mean, I guess it probably varies, but like how long, when you have an idea, how long does that take to like curate into a marketing strategy and like a drop? You know what I mean? Like
about 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think people really realize like how long it really takes me. But like I've been working and curating and like designing my spring and summer collection for about 6 months. Yeah, and so it starts with like, or sometimes even a year. Sometimes I source my stuff like a year prior.
And you just have the inventory? Wow.
Yeah, I have the inventory and just kind of sitting on it. And then sometimes my designs change, like my creative process, it changes. It's always evolving. And I feel like that's something that I absolutely love about doing this, is that like it's never set in stone. It's always a creative process, if that makes sense and stuff. So yeah, about 6 months on average. Sometimes I can knock something out in 3 months, but on average about 6 months.
Yeah, that's some good information for anybody that wants to like, not even jewelry, but curate something. I feel like if you have an idea, you get it done, and you just drop it, I don't think it does as well as it can be.
Sometimes I do that a lot, but like curating your ideas and really like thinking them through and stuff, and then like the end result. But sometimes I do like, I'm like, oh, I should like do this when it comes to workshops and events.
Gotcha.
Not collections, but workshops and events.
Yeah, just things that you can collaborate with people and stuff. Yeah, because I definitely feel like that. If you curate it, have the marketing behind it, it just makes it look, I don't know, it just makes it look more real. Right. I don't know how you would say it, but yeah, just professional.
No, I agree.
Do you do a lot of your own like marketing, like shooting the stuff, or how does that work for like a campaign that you're dropping?
So for the campaigns, no. I like to work with photographers only because I feel like when I first started, I would do my own shoots and do all that stuff. But now, because like I'm so busy with the studio, with pop-ups, but most importantly, raising my family, I feel like it gets really hard to do it all. But so now, like, we hire photographers, and so I outsource now. And so that's another thing why it's taking a little longer, right? Because we have we have the idea, and then we go into production, we make samples, and then I test out the products. So I love to test out my products with the muses and stuff, test out the products, shoot, and then editing and all that stuff. So it's a process for sure, but I truly enjoy it.
Yeah, that's smart that you gotta. Do you have somebody already, or do you always change? Like, do you have somebody that works really well, so you guys just always connect, or is it kind of just all over the place as far as shooting?
Right now, I've been working a lot with my girl Isa. I absolutely love her. She is amazing. Her creative, outlet is Muse House. And so she's been doing a lot of like my concepts for the last year.
Oh wow.
And she is absolutely amazing, and I love working with her. So I guess right now you could say that I have someone that I go to.
That's so much easier. Yeah. Because you don't have, there's less back and forth. Right. She kind of sees the vision.
She knows. My girl Isa, she knows. Yeah. She's chef's kiss all the time. But so I'm working with her. However, I'm always open to like, working with new people and also collaborating.
Yeah.
So how me and Nisa started working like initially is we collaborated, and now I'm able to hire her, and you're able, so
How important is like networking and being outside at these pop-ups?
yeah, it's so important.
Yeah.
Like I've met 75% of my clientele and 75% of like my, social circle and like network through actual face-to-face interactions. And like going to the pop-ups, like I absolutely love going and doing these events. And so I have employees and stuff that help out too, and that's always great. But I can't stress enough how like pivotal it's been, as a small business, and like, starting here in Phoenix, networking and going to these events and really meeting all these people and just connecting. To me, that's my main thing. When I'm like at these pop-ups, I don't really care about sale. All I care about is connections.
Make a connection, yeah. I feel like obviously you're a parent too. I've been kind of struggling with that because the more we network, the more we can, grow the podcast, grow who follows it. So every time we're somewhere, we meet someone new and great. But then, like, I just don't have time to go to every event because of family.
Right.
So, like, are you still outside as much as you were, like, networking? Or, like, how does that work?
Nowadays, not as much.
No, okay.
I feel like I've definitely been stepping back a little bit and, like, having my employees take over, which for me is great. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of hard for some of my people that show up. They want to see me. They love me for who,
They're like, where's Rose at?
They're like, where's Rose? Like, and I feel like that's kind of hard too, for me and for them,
because you want to please them.
Right, right. And so that's kind of hard. But I mean, I think for like my family, it's been great,
Yeah.
to step away and just, So I've been dedicating a lot more time, at least when I can. I definitely have. And there's a lot of like that goes on behind the scenes that I don't show. I'm very private with like my personal life.
Okay.
I don't like to put my kids out like, in social media. There's a lot of like,
weirdos,
exactly. And so like I'm very private with my kids and just in general with my personal life. I know I shouldn't, because I know like people want to see, but it's just kind of hard because I do have my little ones and I don't want to like put them out there necessarily so young, because they don't have a say. So like, what if in the future like they're like, Mom, why'd you, I don't know. It's difficult, but so I kind of like to keep the business and the like, family life a little bit separate when I can.
What type of things do you do for your mental health to balance those things?
So honestly, it's funny because I feel like I really ground myself with my family. So like after long weekends, like last week I had a really long like week. I had back-to-back events, 4 events. And so all I wanted to do after like a long weekend is just go with my family. And even though like sometimes it can be a little bit like chaotic, because we have 3 little ones, my husband and I, it can be a little chaotic, but that's my grounding. Like I love it. I like look forward to it. Like I'm at events sometimes, especially when it's back to back, like just excited to be home, So that's my grounding. Is
it like
family.
Recharges you. It's so weird. I feel the same way. Yes, I have a wife and daughter. So it's funny when you were calling me before this and you're like, hey, are you on a time limit? Which I'm not, but also I'm like, I want to go home and see my daughter as soon as possible, but I don't want to rush anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like that balance, like, no, I'm not on a time limit, but yes, I would love to get back as soon as possible.
And that's why I was calling, and that's why I wanted to know too, because I understand as a parent and as just like a family, like, you know when you're like, I want to do this. So that's why I wanted to make sure. I don't want to be like super courteous of your time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, I also wanted to ask, because last year you got, what was it, best charm bar?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Okay, look at you
That
doing
was
your homework over here. So thank you so much for asking this question, because it's actually just about that time to start voting again, baby. So, Phoenix Magazine, right?
Yes, it was Phoenix Magazine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Phoenix Mag. I just always want to make sure that I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, Phoenix Mag does their every year, Reader's Choice awards and just like their choices, right?
Yeah, best restaurant.
Yes,
best,
best everything,
that,
exactly. And so last year I was, I had joined and I wanted to, like I was telling people to vote for Reader's Choice Best Jewelry. Whatever. I was asking my followers to vote. And so that was a thing. And then they reached out to me and they said that the editors had chosen Mod & Co. to be best charm bar. Huh. So the editors actually chose me.
What?
Yeah. So that was really cool. I thought that was like really cool. And so the editors chose me and we have an actual spread, which I should have
in there?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We have an actual spread. And that was like editor's choice and stuff. But this year we're actually up again for Reader's Choice. So please vote. Please vote.
So how do you do that? On their website? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
Under Modco, go under shopping experiences and then jewelry and then vote for Monaco.
How do you get placed in that voting?
So people have to nominate you for Reader's Choice.
Okay.
For Reader's Choice. People have to nominate you. And then after like people nominate you, then they have a whole month, which is in April. You get a vote. So it literally today is April
happening.
1st. So.
Yeah, so you're about to start.
Are you going to vote for me?
Yes, of course. That's dope. You're trying to go back to back.
Yeah, but I'm doing Reader's Choice. Last time I didn't read. I didn't win it. It was just Reader's Choice. But the editors picked me, which is way better than. I mean, Reader's Choice is still cool, but the editors are like.
They handpicked you.
They hand selected us.
That's
and then
dope.
we had like one of their models from Ford model our stuff. And that was amazing. So. It's always good to kind of get recognized, especially after you've been doing it for a little bit of time and stuff.
No, for sure. Do you have people that bring that up? Like, do people see it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing, right?
Yeah. People seen it for sure. It was great. It was great, like publicity, but it was just like a great little bucket list because I've always had that on my bucket list.
Yeah, for sure.
Check out.
I don't know exactly how old you are, but like I would assume when we were young, magazines were like so cool,
right?
Like that's where all the stuff was popping at,
Literally.
where you would look through and like read every article. So to be in one, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's definitely a bucket list.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fire. What about because I know you said you had guys too that buy stuff, but what is your clientele? Like, who is your audience?
That's a good question. So I feel like we cater to our majority of people are going to fall in between like 25 to 35.
Okay.
However, we have a lot of like the older, crowd, especially being here in Paradise Valley. We have a lot of older clientele here in this area.
Yeah.
And I feel like our collections and our pieces are very timeless. So it kind of appeals to our younger, muses and our older.
Okay, so it's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah. And then for men, we also, have like, we have a lot of unisex stuff. So we have like the Cuban links for bracelets and chains. And so, yeah, we can custom make a lot of stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of guys that shop us too. And the guys that have been shopping us either know us, from like prior event or like they've pulled up and they've seen how our like designs are unisex. And they're like, hey, we want this longer. We want this shorter. So, I mean, I love being able to cater to, men and women. Yeah. And that's how we always started. Like, it was never just like for the girls. It was always for our muses. And it can be literally anyone. It can be men. It can be women. It can be everyone and anything in between. Like, we're never just for the women, if that makes sense. Although I do have a lot of my muses that are, but we cater to everyone.
Yeah. How do you decide pricing? Because I feel like that's one of the hardest things as a business owner. Right. Is like, obviously you need to make money to pay your bills, but you need to have the right pricing to continue to, supply your customers. How does that work? And especially because you've been doing it for so many years, I'm sure even just buying the stuff, it fluctuates.
Oh, for sure. Especially right now. I feel like I'm kind of struggling right now with some of my prices because I know I need to go up. However, when I started Monaco, I always wanted it to be like accessible to everyone. You know, yeah, I'm in Paradise Valley, but I don't only want to cater to, you know, our retired, you know, rich crowd. I want to make sure that our stuff is accessible for our everyday muses. So I do feel like that's a little bit of a struggle. However, I feel like we are that perfect, like we're not like too expensive, but we're not cheap. We're like that perfect in between.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, pricing it can be hard. Like I said, I'm like I need to go up in prices, but also our economy is kind of shit right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to like break the bank to look good. You know, I want them to be able to afford a few pieces and not have to, you know, struggle about, or like not struggle, but not have to worry about eating for the next. You know what I mean? So it is kind of a struggle. However, I feel like if people see your worth, they're going to pay, you know, your prices.
Yeah.
So we are a little bit on the higher end, but our stuff is worth it. You know, we offer free repairs. We offer replacements if you ever need that. So our stuff is worth it.
Do you feel like there's a huge difference between what you started selling to what you're selling now?
Not necessarily in
like quality wise.
Quality, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Because when I started, I wasn't like selling gold filled. We were doing like plating and stuff. But in pricing, like I said, I do need to go up a little.
Yeah.
Well, we're great. People love us because of that.
Yeah,
so.
For the pricing.
Yeah.
What if somebody was to get a piece? Where do you usually sit around, like for a necklace or something?
Yeah, our necklaces start at $48.
Okay.
Yeah.
So around $50.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
For quality stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
48, and you get the Monaco guarantee. So if you ever need repairs, that's always free. If you need, you know, if you're like, hey, this happened, we do our best to make sure that our stuff, that you're able to wear it, right? It's an investment. It's not just it's not just like a $20 necklace. No, you're able to wear it. You get your free repairs. If you ever need anything, we got you. You got the Monaco guarantee.
What does your jewelry section look like at home? Is it insane? Because you work, because like my vintage clothing is out of control. I have a whole room where I put stuff in.
Right.
So I'm wondering, like, is your house like that too?
She's a little crazy.
Oh, damn. They cut the lights on us?
At 9, but we got to turn it back on. So. All right. I think this is a break time.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a break so we can pull up.
Because I got to accessorize.
Yeah, we're going to pull up the accessories. Let's do it.
Hey, look, doing numbers in my city, stacking up, I just roll the dice. Western season here, knocking my shit like a poltergeist. Phoenix getting wicked and it's getting darker by the night.
All right, we got the lights back on, and we got accessorized.
Yes.
So you are good. What did you put on?
So I had to do a couple of rings because really that was the only thing that I was missing and a bangle.
Oh.
So we love our bangles. But we are back. But back to my personal jewelry collection.
Yeah.
She's cleaned up right now. But yes, in the past it's been kind of messy. But yeah, we did some spring cleaning, and so we're pretty like crisp and clean on. I like to be able to see my stuff, even with my like clothes. I like to do like closet clean outs and just
same.
That way you can kind of get inspired by the seasons and stuff.
And whatever has dust on it, you know it's time to go because it's just been sitting there.
86.
Yeah.
No mas.
So,
but you have some fire ass collections.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So when you have stuff that you're not using, you're going to get rid of, what do you do with it? With the jewelry?
Yeah. So if we have anything that's like, you know, where it didn't make it to the collections, we have like sample sales, which I just had not so long ago, or we have like little sales and stuff.
But what about your used stuff?
Oh, my used stuff. honestly, I don't give it to my kids. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
really-
Just give it away to somebody. Or...
Yeah, I don't really do anything. Should I do like a used section here?
That would be cool.
Yeah, what, like $10-15?
Yeah, dude, I think everyone would buy that.
You gonna bring your wife?
Yeah, that would be tight. We'll just cash out on the
Literally.
on the used sale.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, you guys should. We do date
That's
nights in
crazy.
studio too. So you guys need to come on by and do.
Wait,
like
what's a date night?
So okay, so like your perfect date night here in at Modern Coast Studio. This is what it would look like. So you come on in. You choose like a chain for each other. Like she chooses one for you, you choose one for her, and then I show you guys how to make it and how to put it together. And then you make jewelry for each other. Yeah, and then it's special because like she made it for you, you made it for her. You can add a charm if you'd like, if you want to do like the charm inspired, or you can just kind of do like something minimal. You can do a cruz if she likes crosses. You can do a little crucecita. If she's like more of a minimal girl, you can just do a chain. If she likes charms, she can actually choose her charm, and she's like, babe, I like this, and then you add it, and it makes it really special.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you guys do that here and here?
Yeah, we do it in here, and all you have to do is, I'm still working on our booking site, but while we work on that, all you have to do is send me a DM.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you guys also do like events and stuff here too, right? Like workshops or stuff like that.
Workshops, events. We do private parties. We're trying to do more like private shopping experiences, and then I'm also trying to do like groups of 2, groups of 3 date nights and stuff. Just like
What made you come up out here? Do you live close to here? That might be too much information.
No. I'm not close to Paradise Valley. I'm not in Paradise Valley, I should say. But I came out here because the opportunity just kind of came up, and I was like, this is a bomb space. I love the community. Let's try it out. And so I came out here, and it's honestly perfect for what I needed. It's like a perfect space. It's not too big. I didn't have like thousands of dollars in like investments, to build it out.
Yeah.
Which I feel like a lot of times when you're looking for a space, especially in downtown, because that's where we were, it's like thousands of dollars to build it out. And that's like expensive. And then not only that, what really gets me out there is that not only do they want thousands of dollars in build out, expenses, they also want you to sign for 5 years. And in this economy, who's going to sign for 5?
That's insane. That's so long.
So,
So this opportunity just
this is great.
way better. Yeah. And how are you liking it? You said it's pretty nice. So I like the space. It's really cool. It honestly, it's so funny because every room and or I guess every suite in here, it's like your aesthetic.
You think that?
It seems like everyone's like, I don't even know, what do you call your like aesthetic? Like,
I mean, I like to tell my girlies, especially when I'm like, come to the studio, it's a very modern feel. It's very like warm and cozy, but modern.
Yeah, that's what it's. I was looking at some of the other rooms, and even like with those chairs out there, like this seems like stuff you would like put together.
Curate. Yeah, no,
so
for
I'm like,
sure.
this fits you for sure.
Thank
like this
you.
whole area.
No. I do. I love the owner, Jenna. She's amazing. And like all my studio, girlies here, they're all amazing, honestly. And it just really does feel like a like warm and cozy community. And like if we ever need each other, we're always there for each other.
Gotcha.
So it's a great community, and I'm really grateful to be here for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, you're super passionate about jewelry. Is there something that you're passionate about besides jewelry?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what else do you do?
Or
like?
Yeah, no. So I'm currently, and I've been doing this for like trying to like complete this for a while, but I'm really passionate about real estate as well. So yeah, and so I would love to also, besides doing Monaco, eventually definitely get into real estate, and maybe commercial real estate, definitely residential, but yeah, I love, just kind of, I'm a people person. So
Yeah.
I'm also very passionate about helping people. So, I'm trying to figure out like a way I can serve the community, like serve our Latina entrepreneurs and like, you know, because I'm really passionate about like helping women in general, helping people, but women in general, especially Latinas. And I feel like there's a huge, you know, gap between, you know, our Latina entrepreneurs and, or like our aspiring Latina entrepreneurs and, you know, opportunities, you know, or even like, where do we start? How do we do it? You know? And so I'm trying to figure out how I can serve the community, because I'm really passionate about that as well.
Yeah. Have you had other women like jewelry that do the same thing as you do come to you for advice or help and stuff like that? How does that work?
In the past, I have.
Because I feel like you really started it. So, I mean, you're the top of the mountain of this, you know what I mean? Because you really like kind of carved your own way.
Yeah. In the past I have, but you know, now that you asked that question, it kind of makes me reflect a little bit, because I feel like recently I haven't had, like within the last year I haven't, but like in the beginning I definitely had a lot of people reaching out like, hey, you're an inspiration, how'd you do it, how can we do this, we want to do that. And I'm always like willing to like give any advice I can, you know. And so now I don't know if like maybe there's more people that they can reach out to too, that would make sense, you know. There's a lot of other jewelry girlies too, so
I see what you're saying. There's more
there's more there's more like but it like I said, within the last year I haven't had many people reach out, and I don't know if they're I feel like a lot of times people are like, oh, she's not gonna help us, or she doesn't have time, or whatever, you know, based on like social media and stuff. You know, I'm super busy, but I'm always willing to help. So if anyone, like I said, that's like my passion, so I'm always trying to like figure out ways how I can help. And I'm like, every time someone does reach out, I'm like honored and excited, because I'm like, hell yeah, like I can actually like, you know, give you advice, guide you, whatever it is. You never know, because I remember starting, I had no one to go to, you know. I had like no one to ask, and so I never there was not really anyone. So like, just the fact that people like, if they feel comfortable to, you know, asking me, the fact that people that reach out, I'm like, thank you, because I'm like so willing to give, you know, and to learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I did, you know.
For sure. So you didn't really have any mentors helping you out along the way?
No.
Man, that's so tough.
I know. And that's why I'm like trying to figure out how I can kind of be that space, because I feel like it's needed, especially in our community. And even to the day, there's not really anyone that people can really go to, or like, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely see that. I mean, I think it's growing, which is a great thing. For sure. Like,
but it's cutthroat. People won't help you. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
not many people that are willing to help.
It's a weird thing, because one side of me is always like, yeah, I will always help and I want to help. But the other side of me is like, I don't want to waste your time and my time if you're not serious. So it's like, you got to find that balance, because there's some people that they just want to get all your information that you took 7 years to gather, and they want it like right now. And it's like, hold on, like that's not how this works, you know? Like, I want to help you, but like at least, you know, put in a little bit of work, and so I could see something.
Right.
So that's kind of, I feel like maybe how a lot of people scare off the people that want to help is that's like when they want everything. It's like, hold on, like let me just give you a couple things, and if you do those couple things, we can keep it going. You know?
Right.
But yeah, that's so difficult to.
I feel you too.
Navigate. You know.
I don't like when people reach out and they're like, "What? It hasn't happened," but people have reached out and like, who are your vendors? Or like at pop-ups, like, where do you get your stuff? And I'm like, oh, chill.
Yeah, you're like, we've never even had a conversation. Yeah, dude, that's like, but then you want to be the person that's not like gatekeeping, but it's like,
right.
Like you have no idea how long it took me to find this information, and you want me to just say it right now to you, like,
right.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to navigate.
No, yeah, I totally get that too. Yeah, I totally get that. But luckily, I don't know. I'm also, like I said, I'm also a helper. So,
yeah.
If you ask me the right way, I might just give you the secret sauce. You never know. Just
No, for real though, because when you have good conversations with people, sometimes I definitely have told people stuff that I wouldn't tell other people just because we established a relationship or we had a few conversations. But yeah, that's definitely something I could see that's hard, especially for you because you started it. So like you really do have the information, you know, to give out. Yeah.
And I want to share it to people. Should I do an ebook? I should do
this
something.
whole time I was thinking of something electronic.
Sure. Yeah. Because I do.
Or maybe not even just the ebook, maybe just a video.
A workshop, something.
Something. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this space is so big.
Right.
Have you ever thought about doing actual jewelry too? Or like expensive stuff? Or
Yes, I have. And like there's been a couple things in the works with like, you know, like 100% gold stuff. I think it'd be more like an online thing in the future.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Especially, for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Our favorite question to ask is, why do you do what you do? Like you're obviously, we keep saying it, and I want to keep saying it. You're a pioneer, and you really started, so you don't have to continue to offer yourself or be at these pop-ups, but you really love it. So why do you keep doing all these things?
Really is I love the connection. I love connecting with people. I love my muses, and that's the reason I've been doing this for such a long time is I truly enjoy and love, you know, bringing, you know, joy to people and really like seeing that boost of confidence after, you know, you're like styling your outfits with our jewelry. It just does something. Like people come out and then they literally like radiate positivity into the world, and so it's like you look good, you feel good. It's just like a snowball effect. So really that's what kind of keeps me going, is just like I want to continue that, and I want to continue to give, you know, and to like spark joy in people with our collections and stuff. And so that's why I do what I do. But in reality, my main what really keeps me going is just the connection with people. And I love connecting like with you and just like everyone in general. I love connecting and be able to like relate and just, you know, meeting people, and connection is really what keeps me going. I love my muses.
I love it. Hopefully that we can connect something in the future. That would be dope. But go ahead, and speaking of connecting, shout out your socials, wherever they can find you, your website, everything.
And so on Instagram we're modco.studio. Online we're modco.shop, but we're working on an online update for the summer.
Oh, okay.
Online update coming this summer, modco.shop. And and then you can always find us here. We're in studio weekends 10 to 3, and our address is 10267 North Scottsdale Road. Thank you so much for coming out.
Of course. I love the space. It's so dope. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're still trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, so please help us out. But besides that, we're out. Peace.
Bye.